welcome to Pushing Cardboard. Today we're doing a unboxing of Austerlitz 1805 Rising Eagles from Hexasim. This is a second printing apparently, and the designer is Walter Wadowski. I haven't played any of the Rising series from Hexasim. There's a Rising, well, I shouldn't call it Rising. They have it's maybe the Eagle system, Rising Eagles, Falling Eagles, depending on where you are in Napoleon's military history, I guess. But I was down at GMT West, and they are now GMT is an American distributor of these games, I guess. So I was able to buy one and not have to pay shipping on it, which was great. Anyway, let's have a look, see what we have here. The complexity is rated 4 to 5, and the solitaire suitability is rated 7. It says the units are regiments. The map is 250, so a quarter kilometer per hex, and each turn is an hour. So here we go. Let's see what all that looks like when you get it out of the shrink wrap. Fairly heavy for, I appreciate that we have a narrow, not a very deep box. There's plenty of room for a counter tray in here. So many games today, the box is either too deep or not deep enough. If it has a lot of counters, then it's going to need another counter tray. So I'm guessing this is going to be just right. So hats off to Hexasim for that right off the bat. We have a couple dice. We have some cards. Let's see here. This is tactical card 1. So tactical cards and strategic cards. You see that? Yeah, there's some examples of tactical cards. And then we have strategic cards. Davout has arrived. Where is Davout? So there we go. So a small bit of cards, obviously not a card-driven game. It is a series, so we're going to start out here, it looks like, with a series rule book. This is for, we have Fallen Eagles, Rising Eagles, that's what we're going to do here, Last Eagles Ligne, and Last Eagles Quatre Bras. This is series rules version 2.3 from October 2022. Probably, I would imagine, probably the latest, but who knows. Full color rulebook, semi-gloss paper. Counters are fairly busy. They might be a little busy for my eyes, but we'll see how that works out once I finally play the game. Not a lot of illustrations so far, but here we have some, but lots of examples. There was definitely examples being cited in the rules here. So 24-page rule series rules, and it's pretty much all rules. There's not a lot of fat in that rule book. So your basic rule book is 24 pages, and then here's the Rising Eagles exclusive rules for this game, and this is more slender at 16 pages. And here we have the scenarios. So we got 1, 2, 3 scenarios, and then the full battle game, it's called. So a big example of play. Not a ton, like that's not. There's just a few special rules here. There's not it looks like it just plays pretty much with the series rules by the look of things, which is pretty great. I always hated if the series rule books look more in depth and detailed than if the exclusive rules look deeper and more in depth than the series rules. Unit identification chart. We got a bit of a glare there. Sorry about that. And on the back side, a terrain effects chart, a melee table, and on the back side, a fire table. Another copy of that. This looks like a big, sort of like an overview map of the entire map. So some sort of a strategic map, one for both player. Defense order, no order. So I don't know, there must be an order system in these games. A tableside turn track. So that has to be single-sided. Oh, and then another of these blown out sort of strategic maps. Here's the French order of battle. That must be for the full. That's probably maybe for the full game. This is for the scenario 1. So we're gonna have a bunch of scenario cards with. Here we go. Here's more of the full battle, and then there's scenario 2, and then the coalition. Basically, we have 2 cards for the full battle, and then here's scenario 3. So there we go. Now we get to the counters, and the counters are in their own little bit of shrink. So we'll see if we can't get that out without maiming too many of the counters. These are pre-rounded punch-out counters. So counter clippers, stand down. It's already done for you. It looks to be about 5/8 inch, although they're French, so it's got that'll probably be in metric. But here we go. Here's a closer look at some of the French ones. Double-sided. Second sheet of French. And then some markers at the bottom there. There's the backside. And here comes the coalition. Now here's here we go. There's Bagration. I don't know how you'd actually pronounce that if you were actually a Russian speaker, but that's how I'm going to say it. And then the maps. The maps have nice big hexes. I will say that right off the bat. Oh, double-sided. So on this side we have a map for scenario 3. But here is what I imagine is half the map for the full scenario. Let's see. So there's going to be another one just as big as this. I'll zoom in so you can get kind of a look at what some of these hexes look like. There you go. So that's there's the map for scenario 3. So it doesn't quite take the whole thing, but nice. Those are like big 1-inch hexes, and here's the other map. So what have we got on each side here? This is scenario 2. Can't quite get all that in, but there's scenario 2, and then here's the rest of the big map. The map looks good. Not a big fan of the sort of scripty font. It's easy to read when you're on the right side of it, but when it's sideways or whatever, it's a little harder to read. The map in general, though, looks pretty legible, pretty easy to see what's what as far as I'm concerned. But you know, the proof's always in the pudding there. It's all sort of greens and yellows and maybe a bit of brown, so it's all there's not a lot of variation in the color palette here. So yeah, that's easy on the eyes, but we'll see if it's easy to differentiate unit from unit. All right, that is Austerlitz 1805 Rising Eagles from Hexasim. I look forward to seeing what this series is all about. What makes it such a popular series that has at least 4 or 5 titles in the series so far. This has been Grant Linneberg for Pushing Cardboard. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.